Hey friends, happy Saturday, the 27th of November. Happy last day of ordinary time. Happy last day of the church year. Tonight, tomorrow, we start a new year as we start the first Sunday of Advent. I'm Father Bill Hill, one of the parish priests at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. It is nice to be with you. I'll give you a daily reflection and I'll invite you to read the readings prayerfully and turn off the screen, spend some time with God before you move on to other things. We have the last passage of our lectionary from the book of Daniel. I'll link over on the sidebar the introduction to Daniel. If you haven't yet read it this week, if you have time, I'd invite you to read it. Try to understand that apocalyptic genre, style of telling stories, is different than prophecy. He's not describing the future. It's different than wisdom literature. It's about using coded language to speak a message of hope and care in these days. And then, Gospel of Luke, right? So, again, we've been seeing this the last several days, I think Wednesday and yesterday, Friday, and today. There are four images, four kingdoms that are being described. The Babylonians, the Medes, the Persians, and finally, the Greeks, the Hellenists, trying to ram Greek culture down the throats of Jewish people. The time that Daniel was written was a difficult time, and they were afraid that they were losing their culture, losing their religion, losing their land, losing their independence, all of it. And Daniel was speaking to them, telling them to be people of trust and faith and observance of the law, and that God was going to take care of it. What I especially keyed in on this morning in my prayer was, they shall be handed over to him. And this is to the Hellenist king. They shall be handed over to him for a year, 2 years, and a half year. What is being played with here is that this is an indeterminate period of time, right? So at the moment that this author is writing these stories of Daniel, he's not sure how long it's going to be. It's an indeterminate period of time, but it's a fixed period of time. And it will end. And then the Ancient One will take care of the people who have been faithful. So what do you do in that time? You just abide in faithfulness, right? Kind of like in the midst of COVID. We all know, sooner or later, this time will go. Surges will pass, right? What do we do in the meantime? We do our daily discipline, our spiritual practice. We take care of ourselves and each other. We love God. We trust that this time will pass as it has for centuries, right? We have one last word of Luke's gospel from Jesus before his passion starts in the pages of Luke's gospel. And that is, don't allow the daily anxieties of life to make you grow sleepy, but instead be vigilant, be awake, be ready, because at any time, it could be the last moment. Again, as I mentioned earlier this week, St. Francis de Sales speaks of the sacrament of the present moment, that right now, everything points to God if only we had the spiritual eyes to see, to be in this place where God is all and we have everything that we need to have our hearts directed towards God. So be vigilant, be awake, whatever it is, whatever else is crowding in on this Saturday. Maybe you take a moment, you have a conversation with the Lord about the daily anxieties of life, and then you take them, put them on the shelf, and just live in the moment with the Lord today. Happy Saturday, friends. One last time to pray for the faithful departed, all of our loved ones who have gone before us, marked with the sign of faith. Let's be praying for folks that struggle and suffer. Let's be praying for each other. God bless you, friends.